Welcome to part 2 of this of the NASA statement. Now, obviously, the question on everybody's mind is what is going to happen next. Yeah, NASA supporters are asking what is the chance of them getting the status quo reversed. Yeah, the current position reversed, so that either justice is done and that the rightful winner is given the presidency, or that we go back to the ballot. Okay, that's what NASA is asking. Jubilee supporters are anxious. They're asking, hey, will we be able to retain the presidency? But I dare say Jubilee supporters are more confident in this. Yeah, now that it's gone to the courts, it seems that Jubilee supporters are very confident that they're going to be able to retain the presidency. That's a feeling you get around. Yeah, and with good reason. We saw towards the elections, and Raila mentioned this in his statement, that after the president and his deputy talked badly about the judiciary and warned the judiciary, all the rulings after that favored IBC. Yeah, you know, those are the kinds of things which get people very worried about taking anything to court. Okay, so Jubilee people are very confident that they can be able to. Most supporters I spoke to, who are willing to be honest, seem to feel that they have enough power to bully the Supreme Court into making the right decision as far as they're concerned. And I have to agree, if we're to go by past record, if we're to go by past history, I have to agree. I cannot deny that. However, there's a different factor at play this time. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why Raila leader Raila Odinga and James Orengo have been very, very, very insistent on not going to court. Okay? And instead they've said we'll go to the court of public opinion. Yes, because Jubilee, NASA has the support on the ground. That one is clear. It has massive support countrywide. Okay, in fact, much more than what they were given in this sham of an election. That is a fact. Okay, so that is the other factor in play. And to make it worse, I'm on the ground every other day, and I can tell you for sure, Kenyans are fed up and they want change. So what we're going to have is a battle between those. Actually, we're just back to the elections, okay? Because it's a battle between Jubilee and NASA. Okay, who's going to win this this round, which is the judiciary round? Yeah, we've come from the voting. Yeah, Jubilee, NASA were cheated of victory there. And now we're in the judiciary, which is really the... Anyway, let me not say that. We have come now to the judiciary part. And Jubilee seem to be already very confident. Okay? But as I've said, the people are fed up. And that could be the factor that tilts everything. Okay? Because when people are fed up, if they're not happy with a certain the court ruling, even though it's final, it will be very difficult to rule people who are reluctant to be ruled. And I'm not even talking about violence. Okay, I'm not talking about violence. There's also the fact that a lot of things are being exposed to the international community, and there are signs that actually the international community could, in a flash, turn around, yeah, and start to see things from NASA's point of view. Of course, currently they are blinded by large tenders which they hope to get from the government they're supporting. They are blinded by avoid a repeat of 2007 at all costs, yeah, not knowing that, in fact, as I said in an earlier recording, the community that caused most of the damage this time is on the right side. Therefore, fighting from them is very, very, very unlikely, yeah. To be very honest, I see this thing extending beyond September if the Supreme Court does not give justice to Kenyans. That's how I see it, okay? Actually, if I was going to be very honest with you, I think Jubilee have continued to make a lot of very deadly mistakes. Okay, now you have not even been sworn in officially as president, and already you're clamping down on civil society. Okay, you have not been sworn in completely as president, and you have security forces shooting people, babies, toddlers, children, and Kenyans. Yeah. Whom the police call criminals all over the place. Yeah, that is not the right thing to do in a country which is already fed up. Yeah, that is not the right thing to do. And I predict that in the coming weeks and months, we will see a very strong force, rise up in the people, protesting, not violently, peacefully. We'll see the people more and more protesting and crying out for change. And of course, a lot of people are going to associate this to the troublemaking ways of Raila Odinga. But in my view, it has nothing to do with Raila. Fine, Raila is there right now, and of course people can rally behind him, right? But even if it was Chris Kumekucha, people would rally behind. That is how fed up people are. That's how I've read the people on the ground. I could be wrong, but that is how I've read people on the ground. So if there's anybody within Jubilee who's feeling that they can sit pretty, that the mood of the country is not important, that the mood of the person on the ground, that poor hustler, that poor ordinary Kenyan is not important, then I advise you to read a bit of history, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Where we have reached in Kenya right now is a dangerous place. Dangerous in the sense that when people are fed up, they're unpredictable. That is the truth. Okay? So, my prayer is that we can at least get justice from the Supreme Court. If we reach the Supreme Court stage and we get justice, then the rising tensions are going to be deflated magically. That one I can assure you, and you'll be very shocked. But if not, if it's not conclusive in giving justice, then I can only see rising tensions rising and rising and rising in the days to come. Now I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just analyzing the situation the way I see it on the ground. Okay. Now in the days to come, I'll attempt to analyze various factors around the Jubilee campaign as we go ahead. But for now, I believe that is the correct position in our country. I believe that's the situation in the country, and that is what we are up against. Yes, the forces of the truth and the forces of pure lies and impunity and retaining the status quo and all that. Those two sides will be in a battle, and no side is giving an inch. That is what we're faced with. I'm sorry if you're expecting good news, but I cannot give false news for the sake of giving good news. That I believe from the bottom of my heart, as I've told you, is the situation in the country today. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.